Welcome back, patriots. Have I got news for you? A bit of financial advice. Disclaimer, I am not a registered financial advisor and I can't really advise you, but I had some ideas, okay, what I would do. Well, I'm not sure that I would do it, but look, the co-op has threatened to sack staff who tackle shoplifters. Oh, it gets worse. The police don't want to prosecute them because they're mainly Muslims. Staff at the co-op have been warned that they'll face disciplinary action if they prevent shoplifters from stealing goods. Now, if the co-op this is going to cause an increase in shoplifting, definitely. So, if the co-op's losing a lot of stock, how are they going to cover it? Well, I'll tell you, they're going to put prices up. If they put prices up, that means you are paying for shoplifters. Think about that. You will be paying for shoplifters. It's bad enough in England as far as I can see with prices, but this is just going to make things worse. They're threatening to sack staff who tackle shoplifters. So my answer, if you want to save some money, go into the co-op and have a field day. Help yourself. No one will stop you. No one will stop you. The police won't get involved. You can just help yourself. Think of the money you will save. Not sure I would do that but it's wrong. You know, it is just so wrong. The co-op need to have a kick up the backside. That would shock them, wouldn't it? If everybody stormed in there and stole goods. It's just so wrong. Just so wrong. And it's funny, like, I can give you a good bit of financial advice. That came from my grandmother years ago. She said, look after the pennies and the pounds will look after themselves. Wow, what a great idea. And that reminds me of something else. Years ago, a couple of decades ago, whenever, I was, for a short while, I was selling cheap phone calls or a cheap phone call service, whatever you want to call it. And I went in to see a young guy, a bit of a Jack the Lad, and we worked out his savings. And he said, oh, that's only £2 a week. Not worth bothering with. I mean, I wasn't selling it because it was free. He could join this company and use their service for free and save £2 a week. And he said, it's not worth bothering with. There's no bother. Anyway, my next appointment was with an accountant. See, an accountant. Oh, big house, a sweeping drive in and out drive, loads of money. And he didn't go £2 a week. He went, wow, that's £100 a year. So think about that. That is the difference between the poor people and the wealthy people. They just look long term. Most poor people don't look long term, but the wealthy look long term. So I mean, £100 a year. This was a while ago. It's not so much today, £100. But what would you do with your savings? Now, I can't advise you what to do, but I tell you what I would do, which I have done actually. I bought shares in Legal and General. Now, Legal and General actually handle my my small private pension. Sound company, they're never going to go under, and their dividend is now 8%, just over actually. Now, where can you get a return of 8% on your money? If you're a young person, If you put 10% of your wages away each month, it will compound. 8% is blinding. You can't get that anywhere. And Legal and General aren't going to go under because they hold half the country's pensions. And did you know that when one of their clients dies, the pension pot that they're paying out from and getting interest on, they keep it. It doesn't go to a family or anything. They keep it. So they're never going to go under. So I would do that. I'm not advising you to do it, but I'm just giving you the general idea of what I would do. Anyway, enough of finance. Let's get on with the news, shall we? Oh, Subway now say all meats are halal. Subway. So stop using them. They're still having a go at Rupert Lowe, and I used to support him, but I've gone off him. He's definitely something wrong with him. He's a Tory too, or closet lefty. Definitely a plant to bring down reform. This is an old this is an old thing, isn't it? Look, well, 2024, a couple of years old really. December, no, year and a half. It says, does anybody know the role Rupert played in the testing company during COVID? He says he had no direct role, but yet Rupert Lowe, the Reform UK MP at the time for Great Yarmouth, was a non-executive director and shareholder in the biopharma process system, a pharmaceutical company involved in freeze drying and pharma-related technology. The company recorded a 7.9 million pre-tax profit in 2021. Now, you may think he's a simple farmer, but I think he's had his fingers in a lot of pies. He's a landed gentry, not interested in the working class. I don't think he'd look after the working class if he got in. Anyway, that's my take on it. Now, Labour, they haven't got a brain cell between them, have they? Labour just voted to block North Sea oil drilling, or North Sea drilling, during an energy crisis, turning down more domestic supply and 25 billion in extra tax revenue. This means more taxes on ordinary people instead. The economically illiterate doesn't begin to cover it. So let me get this right. With the war in Iran at the moment, there's a shortage of oil. And yet England can't drill for it. I'm not sure I quite get I mean, I've been in business for many years. I can't hear, I don't know what to say. I can't get the words. And America, they're talking about stopping their exports. England buys a lot of natural gas from America. And with the condition of energy supplies in the world at the moment, and it will get worse, America's talking about stopping exports. And Europe are going to be in huge trouble energy wise. And look, I don't understand, because I can understand perhaps some idiot saying, oh, we need, free energy, net zero energy, but it's not ready yet. It hasn't proved itself that it can replace the oil. So England is buying oil from Norway at huge cost, and the oil's just doubled. What's that going to do for the economy? But Labour won't let England drill its own North Sea reserves. I'm sorry, but I'm lost for words. And Starmer said today, a couple of days ago, at Prime Minister's Question Times, he said he doesn't have the power to make decisions on drilling oil and gas in the North Sea. He doesn't have the power. He's Prime Minister, for fuck's sake. Of course he does. Weak, weak, weak. He caves in to everybody. That's why the country's in such a mess. I mean, Labour's policies are bad enough, but when they got a Prime Minister that caves in against opposition, left, right, and centre, look, diesel is nudging towards 173 a litre. Filling up a family car now costs the best part of £90. £90. Ah, £90. Do you know what? In the early 70s, we didn't earn much then, but in the early 70s, when petrol hit £5 a gallon, I said, I'm going to get a three-wheeler. I didn't, but £5 a gallon. Was it £5 a gallon? No, it couldn't have been. I think it might have been 50p a gallon. I just can't believe that figure. I really can't. But no, it couldn't have been £5 a gallon. 50p a litre. But 170, 50p a gallon, sorry. 173 a litre is crazy. I think they stopped using gallons to make it look cheaper. Anyway, that's 4 times higher than the United States. 4 times. I mean, factories are shutting, investment is leaving, jobs are disappearing, and the ministers responsible for our energy security want to ban new diesel vehicles by 2035. No credible plan, just deadline and an ideology. Bloody redhead needs to be locked away. It's not. It's going to destroy the country. Oh, I don't know. Labour does not want cheap energy. It wants control, and that's what Ben Habib says. Net zero is bad enough for you guys, but at least you're fossil fuel independent. Talking to the Americans. So if you're wondering why British schoolchildren are being forced to pray to Allah and prevented from participating in classes on art, music and dance because they're all haram under Sharia law, in March 2025, the UK's interim chair of Ofsted, the Office for Standards in Education, Children's Services and Skills, was handed to Hamid Patel, photographed below. Patel is not only a Muslim and second-generation immigrant whose parents are from India. He's also a mufti, which is to say an Islamic jurist qualified to adjudicate on Sharia law. As such, he is authorized to issue fatwas. Let me get these names. Such as that was issued against the writer Salman Rushdie, who was under the threat of assassination for over 3 decades. And in August 2022, he was stabbed 15 times by a 24-year-old Lebanese Muslim. So, photograph below. There's a lot on him here. I can't read all that. Here he is. He's now in charge of our education system. Do you know what's going on? This is this is outrageous. I'm sorry, but I'm lost for words again. It's all going crazy. You couldn't make it up, could you? Oh no, that's a Farage saying. Sorry. Ah, yeah, this is it. The Lincolnshire Church of England primary school allegedly forced 7-year-old children, none of them Muslim, to perform full Islamic prayers to Allah in RE lesson. We did prayers to Allah yesterday. One girl told her father. They were told to kneel and do all the rest of it. Why are English kids being forced to do this? Do you think it's anything to do with the last guy? They're trying to not only invade and conquer, but to subjugate children. People have got to wake up. People have got to wake up. Wake up, people. We've got to wake the nation for freedom, democracy. Only advance will do that. Yes, it's true. Labour MPs just voted to plunge Britain into recession. This voting to block North Sea drilling during an emergency crisis, which we've already just looked at, turning down more domestic supply and 25 billion in extra revenue. Now the country's bleeding dry, being bled dry by this government on welfare to foreigners, costing billions, and yet they turn down an extra 25 billion in extra tax revenue. And it's not only the extra tax revenue, it's the money we're paying to import oil from Norway and America. This means more taxes on ordinary people. And Labour's finished. Labour's, and then I said in the last video, they're cozying up to the Muslim vote, except it seems that the Greens are taking that. The Greens, a crackpot party all along. At least they used to be just on climate, but now they're going for the Muslim vote. And that last by-election they won with the Muslim. The Muslims all come out and vote the same. They're told what to vote. But Labour looks to me like Labour might lose that. The best thing they can do right now is get out the ECHR, the Human Rights Act, and deport a lot of them. And I tell you, the Brits will vote them back in. Think about it. Let your MP know. Sadiq Khan's 1 million fund to make London's film Loved and Wanted. Yeah, right. But they're asking where the money went. It was supposed to be a campaign to make people feel better, but there's an investigation going on where they're trying to find out where it was spent on, this funding, and no one can answer it. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? There's a big investigation, and they still can't get to the bottom of it. Where's this £1 million gone? I'm not going to go through that. So Starmer, he promised, I will do everything to protect Muslims and rout out Islamophobia with every last breath I have. What causes Islamophobia? You don't think it's anything like this, do you? Starmer he's doing that for the vote, but as I've just said, he's going to lose it. And here we are in India. This is India. and it doesn't bother any of them. And it doesn't bother. Not only does it not bother them, they go and whatever religious rite, I think they go and bathe in it or cleansing it, washing it. Look, it's grey. Can you imagine the disease in it? I'm shocked. But I'm saying I'm shocked. I keep seeing these things. I can't. They're going to. The third world is going to do this to England. Get them out. Christ's sake, get them out. I thought I'd end on a bit of a funny one. Those of you old enough to remember the Gollywog. Well, years ago, the woke left said it was racist. It doesn't look like anybody, does it? It doesn't look like a person. And if anybody feels offended by the Gollywog, then they're weak. They're weak. They are weak, So this policeman, he captures offensive stickers. Thanks to these brave officers, UK is a safer place. Oh, look, we can't have that there, can we? It might offend someone. The country's half full of offended people. Hasn't he got better things to do, like catch shoplifters? Oh, no, we can't deal with shoplifters because most of them are Muslim. So, as I said earlier, go and help yourself in the co-op. Although thinking about it now, you might need to black up, become a gollywog. You might need a brown face if you want to seriously get away with it. Because I bet if a white person tried to steal from the co-op, the police would get them pretty quick. Well, I'm going to end it here. There's never any really good news, is there? And I just hope this is waking people up. My job is to wake up those that are not yet fully aware of what's happening in the country. So as I keep saying as well, YouTube doesn't like this sort of content. And I rarely get shown. I really don't. I'm sticking at it because it's got to be shown. And none of these big concerns, like the establishment being attacked. I had my Facebook account shut down, no warning, just gone, boom, because I had to go at the UK government and police. So look, to help me out, please give me a like and subscribe, please. That would help me out no end. And until the next one, have a good one and see you on the next one, hopefully. Bye.
Gonna make you feel good, gonna make you feel good.